Hey everybody, welcome to the video, welcome back to the channel. We still don't know what to call this thing. I keep calling it a plunge pool or a plunge pond, just something we can cool off in. My youngest calls it the fairy lake because she says it's magical. And the Admiral calls it, I think it's awesome and I'm super appreciative you're doing it. And it's gonna be something we can definitely enjoy, but what if we finish the trim in the bathroom, since that's something we use every day and we built the house 6 years ago instead of starting something like this. And honestly, that sounds like too lengthy of a name. I don't think it's that catchy. Now, we'll figure it out. Let me show you what we're getting into today. So if you guys remember, we're gonna be building a shelter house on top of this big old monolithic piece of limestone up here. And the limestone is gonna be the floor for the shelter house. And we are ready to start the retaining wall part of this project, which we wanna get done before we actually get down and do the pool part of this. Now remember, what you're looking at now, the dyed blue water, we just threw some leftover pond dye in so you could see the contrast and it would show up a little bit better on video and the pictures. But eventually that's gonna be dug out. We'll put a liner in that. And it's gonna be more of a pool than it is a pond, with hopefully some pretty clear-ish water. With the waterfall feature on this rock here, it's overhanging. So it'll get pumped up through the pump, go through the filtration, hopefully a salt water system, and then come down back over this as a waterfall into our little plunge pool. I think it's gonna be pretty cool. But today what we're doing, this is Dirt Perfect's John Deere 655. My 755 is still under the knife, but parts are actually starting to arrive today. So hopefully we can start getting that thing put back together soon. And this is a pressure washer that he built. He tore down a car wash over a decade ago, took the pump out of it, some old parts. He's got a old Mack fuel tank on this, just some old steel laying around, an axle he had sitting around, welded up a PTO shaft to that pump that came out of that old car wash. And now he's got himself a little portable PTO pressure washer, which works really well and is super handy, especially like this when I don't have any water down here to do this. But the next step, what we're starting off with today, is getting this limestone all pressure washed off. One, I just want to get it cleaned off so I can just see what it looks like, because I bet we're going to reveal a whole bunch of fossils. The other is we got to get it cleaned off for whenever we can start laying this retaining wall. I can't have a bunch of mud between the retaining wall and the limestone itself. Try to straighten that shaft out a little bit. Don't need to have it cranked over like that. Look at the way this section is. Tell me this isn't gonna work perfect for the little waterfall feature we want. It's like it was just sitting here waiting for us. I got some new boots yesterday. I'm glad I did, because at least my feet are dry. This is the other reason we're taking care of this now, because if we did the liner first and then we had to wash all this, that would be a nightmare. I mean, look at it. It was made to be a waterfall under here. The first tank is empty, so we got to go up and top her off again. But just like I was hoping, look at all the fossils on top of this limestone. A fella could just sit and look at these all day long. And this over here, where we were wanting the waterfall, it's just channeled out already. That's taken quite a bit of time because we're pressure washing 8 inches thick worth of mud. But I'm gonna keep working that, because then we can hopefully, that'll be a drain point for that backside until we get some other things done on it. But it's just looking awesome. Look at them everywhere. We'll get this thing reeled back up, head to the house, get her topped off. So while I wait for that to fill up, This is gonna be my water supply for when I'm mixing concrete down there. But I got a leak around this thing here. I'm gonna investigate that real quick. See if I can spin this out of the way without spinning the whole thing. It's kind of in the way of my tools. Makes it a little easier. Looks like there's an O-ring right there. Maybe that's failing. Oh, who really knows? While the tank's filling, the goal is to get some other things squared away today, which is our little miniature batch plant we're going to try to build. We'll let this thing drain out the rest of the way, and we'll do the right thing and just drown it in RTV. I don't know how much is the right amount, but I'm confident that's not the amount we're going for anyway. If you're looking for a retirement plan, stocking this stuff is always a secure investment, I feel. I feel like I also gotta say that's a joke so people don't actually do it. We got those all snug down. All right, the level gauge is showing full, so we're good to go there. Tank number 2, see how far it gets us. I'm betting we need at least 3 tanks here. So far, this is exceeding my expectations. I brought the old flat shovel down. We're gonna do a little scooping back here where it's just a touch thicker before we put the pressure washer to it. A little bit of handwork, but that's okay. We're just throwing everything down in the pit. Really not too thick on this backside. I felt like I did a pretty good job with the Mini cleaning this off, but I guess I did leave quite a bit behind. Look at this little guy. Just stopping by. We got work to do though, bud. It's getting closer. Let's get the pressure washer fired back up, and then I'm pretty sure this rock is giving me everything I need for this build. I'll show you what I mean, but let's get a little bit more cleaning done. I ran into the house to take a quick rinse and change clothes. She saw me like that, and obviously curiosity piqued, brought her down so she could check out the progress real quick. But look, at this. So here's what I was talking about. This gave us everything that we need on this. I need a basin drain at the lowest point of this slab so I don't hold water. Look at that, it's perfect. I mean, the rocks even provided me with a place to run a pipe to drain the little basin drain out. I've got a perfect spot right there to run the tile drain that will go behind the retaining wall. I need a place for it to come out on this end. I mean, perfect. You just lucked into the perfect slab, and I need a spot to build a little waterfall. Look what it's given me. I mean, incredible. Just nothing but pure luck on the way this is turning out. And the slab looks awesome. Look at all the fossils all over this slab. Look at these. It's gonna make a pretty daggone unique shelter house floor, that's for sure. And I went ahead and brought the water tank down. Looks like our little super high quality RTV repair worked. We are drip free, approximately 190 gallons. Who knows, we're at an angle. We're gonna offload it with the 555 and we're gonna set it up the hill some, you know, the old hydraulics. Maybe we're gonna lift it with the 555. 8 pounds a gallon. We're well within the lifting capacity of the machine. I just don't know if I'm within the capacity of my fabrication skills. Crazy thing is that doesn't, you know what, hold on, I'm not gonna say that just yet. Valve, gosh, valve clear. Now, let me get the truck moved. Ram it up in here. Kind of got the valve on the wrong side, but it shouldn't really affect anything too bad. Looky there. That's the start of a concrete operation. Now that it's sitting on the ground, I didn't even feel that heavy to that machine, which it shouldn't be. It's well under the capacity. It just kind of illustrates how much that thing actually can lift. Now we got all the water we need for mixing concrete down here, and when we need more, just take it back up to the house and fill it. I'm not gonna have a whole lot of pressure, but we got a bunch of random lumber left over from the YouTube yacht build. We're just gonna piece some stuff together to try to make these forms on the back. So we're just using some of the scrap lumber from the YouTube yacht build. That's what I got laying around. No sense in going out and buying stuff. We're just gonna run full 4x8 sheets because that's just easiest to work with, and we can make this do whatever. Keep in mind, this is gonna be the back side of the concrete, and then on the front side, what we're gonna do, we're going to take that limestone we salvaged from the church, and we're going to stack that up. The limestone is going to be more of a cosmetic thing, and then the steel reinforced concrete on the back side is where we're going to get our strength. Also, you're going to see whenever we start actually standing these up that we're not just going in a straight line. We're going to kind of angle each one off, and having those little corners, even though they're not crazy aggressive corners, still adds a little bit of strength as well as far as stuff pushing down in here. Now, we do plan on getting a load of stone out here. We'll get some perforated pipe, and we'll put some stone and tile on the back side of this so there's good drainage on the back side of that retaining wall. That's a huge issue with retaining walls, not having proper drainage, so we will be doing that at some point, but I'm kind of in a pinch to try to get this done because we're supposed to get 4 to 6 inches of rain over the next couple days because of that hurricane that's blowing through. So I want to get this in place with some spray foam along the bottom to hopefully prevent any silt or wash down coming onto all this rock we just cleaned off, so that next day we have a good weather day, we can start slapping some limestone down. 5, 6. No. Wow. Here we go. Oh yeah. That's it. That's it. Twisty, jerky motion. Okay. How you gonna do that, Mike? I don't know. Not sure. There's a foot-operated lever. That could do the trick. That could do the trick. Huh? That's it. Please don't follow me. Oh, thank you. Did it pull it in some? Oh, it did. Oh, wow. What a beaut. Look at that. I need to go around the back side here. Yeah. Yeah, let's take it. Fast enough. Oh yeah. Okay. Now we're just going to spray foam the heck out of these gaps because. Leave that little trench open so water can go. I guess I shouldn't say keep the water out, but help keep the silt out. Everything we cleaned off today. All right, well, I guess we'll see how this survives the monsoon that's coming. Hopefully, we can start on the limestone on this side of it once all that clears out. So we did end up getting about 4 inches of rain where we're at. Based on how washed out all the roads are, we're a little nervous about this part. We're kind of curious what the damage is going to be like down here. I just got off work. So the hope was that nothing would wash in on the back side of the wall. Now we left this berm here for that specific reason, to try to direct everything around. On the back side, you can see it definitely washed up on the back side. Not that big of a deal though. The front side, if anything, that heavy rain just finished the clean off with the trenches open there. It drained out just fine. Doesn't look too bad.
And Dad, guess what?
What?
The rock's covered.
The rock is covered. The pond is definitely more full. It's getting close to what it would be for the actual water level here.
The blue's gone.
The blue's gone, yeah. It had so much rain that it washed all the blue dye downstream, which probably looked funny to the downstream folks for a little bit. You can see where it did wash some silt out the backside here, but where we actually need to work looks awesome. After that rain, you can really see all the fossils now. That is a pretty cool floor. All right, step one, see if we can get this generator swung down there so it's out of the road and off the mud. I feel like it might be easier to just take the bucket off. Just swing all this stuff. 555 is nothing but a crane and a forklift for the foreseeable future, so we'll just get this thing out of the way. Oh, what to do about that? Don't have any of the tools I need. Got some guesses, hopefully we're right. Looks like it. Nope. Yes. Oh gosh. A bolt will rarely fall out, but it can be kind of annoying when you're trying to take stuff off. Always be sure to use the appropriate hammer. Keep this one in the bucket so we don't lose it. All right, crane mode activated. Sure that handle's strong enough. No way that'll break or come undone. Let's see if new generator is going to be on the list of tax deductions this year. Oh, we already came unhooked. Daggone it. The mud makes everything fun, huh? All right. Ugh. All right, high quality rigging job on this. Yep. Stand by for disaster. Oh yeah. I mean, I don't hate it. You guys have heavy trash pickup days where you live? Yep, us too. I'm telling you what, it is by far the most affordable place to pick up a garden hose. People around here just always throw out garden hose once one of the ends goes bad. $3, you get a new fitting for the end. Got yourself a garden hose. You know how much garden hose cost to buy new nowadays? More than $3. I'll tell you that. Let's see if this thing's long enough to get from the tote to the mixer. I do believe we can get that to work for us. All right, the next thing I need, I think I've got down here. Just set that there for now. I need an all-weather box for my tools. Oh, it's dark and you can't see, but we've got this box here. Oh, it's completely dark, you can't see anything. It's sitting down in my building, so I honestly don't know whose it is. But my building, my box though. That's the way I'm looking at it. Anyway. We're at the headquarters, by the way, in case you didn't notice. This tree here, next week we got a video. We're going to be taking that tree down and doing some cleanup work down here. Okay, you ready? The fact it says Atlanta Falcons Clubhouse, Club Level 2, makes me feel like I know where it came from, but I've got no proof of that. Okay. So we need some waterproof storage down here for tools and supplies. Electric demo saw. Concrete vibrator. A bunch of PL500. Let's see if we can go ahead and swing a little bit of mortar down here for us too. No way this will go poorly. Not 100% sure this is the best way to do this, but I'm 100% sure I'm doing it, you know? And here we are, just living our best life. Well, let's put a little pressure on it and see what she does. Yeah. I mean, I've flown worse setups. Delta primarily. Ton of work, man. That's great. Sure beats trying to pack every bag down. I got one last little trick up my sleeve, and then I think we'll have as close to the perfect setup as we can for a little off-grid plant. Somebody pointed this out, by the way. We were talking about poison ivy. Saying there's poison ivy on this tree. There is. This is what she's looking like. There's the poison ivy branches right there. A few people said, no, that's poison oak. I promise you, this is not something I'm unsure of. That's 100% poison ivy. Pretty wild the way it branches out like that. But that's definitely it there. We're gonna need to cut that to kill it at some point. We've also got some on that cedar tree. Cedar trees don't typically have leaves like that. So whenever I went through that weird phase and I decided to salvage limestone off an old church, I made some ramps to slide some of the stone down off the main lift when I was working. Got a few of those left. I've certainly got a safe speed. For getting the block from the pallets here down to where we're working, we can just kind of load this ramp up with block. I can pull it down and we'll have to come up and reload it every now and then. Beats carrying those down too. I don't have a way to get those bigger pallets down there, I don't think. That's it. We're officially done with the excavation and on to the block work, which I'm getting ready to start right now. If you guys want to see how this thing turns out, you got to stay subscribed to the channel. If you want sneak peeks, I had some early video release because you're just excited about the project like I am. You can check on the Patreon. Maybe I'll be smart enough to remember to put a link in the description, but I doubt it. A pool in the woods. Who'd have thunk it? I mean, we still don't know if it's going to work, but it's going to be something. You know, it's going to exist. All right, I gotta get some gas.